It's Everything Now, an interactive comedy show on Twitch where you, the viewers, are in control, featuring special guests from all over the Twitch community and the Los Angeles comedy scene. Enter a variety of wild scenarios with colorful characters and help steer the story in whatever direction you want. You can vote in polls to pick dialogue or make choices. You can pay to play sound effects that have in-show ramifications.
Road ends in 100 feet.
What the fuck?
Submit images over Twitter and Discord for us to use. Or just hop in the chat and suggest what you think we should do. It's your show too, friend. Every episode is its own sandbox to play in. There's never a dull moment. Hop on in and experience everything now.
All rise for the Honorable me, Judge Learned Hand. Thank you. Thank you. Court is in session, and we already have an objection from Sentinel. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to object. Can somebody let that cat out of here? It's disrupting the court. Folks, it's another night, but justice never sleeps here in New York. And so we've got some real sick fucks, potentially, allegedly, I should say. Maybe they're fine, maybe they're innocent. But it's gonna be up to you. Okay, I'm getting booed already. Please do not boo the judge, all right? You will address me as Your Honor or Your Majesty. I'll take that. Judge said sick fucks. I'm allowed to say whatever I want. I'm the judge. I basically rule this shit. But of course, it's not up to me to decide whether or not the defendants we have here tonight are guilty. That is your job as the jurors in the chat tonight. So you're going to have to help me figure out who's guilty, who's innocent, who's not guilty, who might be guilty, but we're probably going to let them slide. It's up to you, and you're going to have to help me ask these defendants some questions to figure out what's going on. There's also a few other ways that we can figure out what's happening in these cases tonight. If you haven't already, join the Everything Now Show Discord. There is a link in the panels down below. More like your dorkiness, says Warm Winter, and watch it, Buster, or I will hold you in contempt. Now, if you haven't already, join the Everything Now Show Discord. There's a link in the panels down below. Someone in the chat will also type !Discord so that you can just click that. Join the Discord so that you can submit images that we might use as evidence in tonight's show. Yes, you, the viewer at home, can submit images. We might use them on the show tonight. Like this. This looks like someone cooking up an anime doll with some sausage. But it could also be valuable evidence in one of tonight's cases. So if you'd like to submit some evidence to be used in tonight's cases, join the Discord, submit some images. We might use them tonight. There's also a witness stand. It's empty right now. Last time it was a VCR repairman. Tonight, who knows? It could be anybody, and it's up to you to decide. So if you donate $5 at any point tonight, let us know who you'd like to call to the witness stand. It could be a fictional character. It could be a real-life celebrity. It could be a VCR repairman. It could be anybody. Donate $5, let us know. We'll bring them to the witness stand and ask them what's going on. If you subscribe tonight, at any point, you can submit written testimony. Here's what that looks like. The last person to subscribe, Guyu TTV, said, Your Honor, he was wearing a tail. And of course, that is meaningless to you because we have no idea what the context for that submission was, but I'm sure it was crucial to figuring out whether or not the defendant was guilty or not. So if you'd like to submit written testimony, visual evidence, or call a witness, you know how to do that. That's basically the gist of it. Other than that, the main thing I need from you right now is to figure out what this first defendant is accused of. Yes, we've got a defendant who's here, but it seems that the crime has escaped me. So if you wouldn't mind, jurors in the chat, please start listing some crimes. We're going to pick one. We're going to figure out the one that this guy's accused of. And then we're going to bring them to justice. So I've got some crimes here. Making patent-free music. impersonating a criminal. Oh, that's interesting. Salting his potato chips, only giving 100% when coach asked for 110%. Knee socks and flip-flops, drop the beef, forging menus, biting into a stick of butter, Chicago steaming. Is that like a sex thing? Is that like a Cleveland steamer? Wiping back to front, mumbling, pooping, party rocking, spilled milk. I like wiping back to front. That is a heinous crime. I mean, I don't like it. I like it as a suggestion. I don't like it when people do it because that is a heinous crime in this jurisdiction. Everybody who lives in this jurisdiction by law must wipe front to back so you don't get all the poo-poo in the important stuff in the front. Go back. Gotta go back. Ew, says Abby Sally, and I couldn't agree more. Gross, says Scott with too many T's. Not just gross, criminal. So let's bring this first defendant to the stand. Defendant, please take the stand and state your name for the record.
My name is Lieutenant Stormy Daniels, and this kangaroo court will not stand!
Okay. Lieutenant Stormy Daniels, now are you an officer of the law or a member of our military?
Former Blackwater operative. I did my time overseas, and now I'm a general in the war against cyber terrorism.
Blackwater, so you're like a hired mercenary?
Sir, yes, sir!
Okay, you don't have to salute me, but you should call me Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Now, Lieutenant Daniels, do you understand the crime that you're accused of today?
Though I have heard the charges, I do not understand them. For this court of law makes a mockery of the beautiful judicial system that was created at the birth of this nation.
Well, it remains to be seen whether or not a mockery will be created. This is the system. You might not like it, but this is the only system we have. It's the worst one except for all the others. So, listen, Mr. Daniels, if you don't understand, I'll explain it to you now. You are accused of wiping back to front.
I object!
Okay, you're not allowed to object.
I object these charges!
You're the defendant. You can't object. Mr. Daniels?
Sorry, I was brought back to another time. I'm here now.
Are you all right? What were you just recalling?
I was thinking about how this wouldn't have flown back where I got my stars and stripes.
Where's that?
Overseas!
Ah, well, those jurisdictions may have different laws. It might be legal to wipe back to front. Where was it that you were stationed?
Where wasn't I stationed? Wherever there was conflict in this world that needed solving, you could bet Lieutenant Stormy Daniels was there leading the charge.
And what is it exactly that your mission was?
Fire play, mission control, ordnance, AC-130 inbound.
Okay, it sounds like you're just saying things that you might hear like a voiceover say on Call of Duty.
Imagine you're playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
It's 2007. You're a young, bright-eyed senior at a local underfunded public high school, and you realize you're never gonna make anything of yourself in this godforsaken Rust Belt town. But you hear the beautiful siren song of the military-industrial complex singing to you from your overheating Xbox 360. And you're called to it like a moth to a flame, just hoping that any one of your numerous missions can bring back an ounce of the joy you felt getting a care package, using the tactical nuclear strike on Nuketown after a particularly hard match of Team Deathmatch.
I see. Okay, but you didn't join the United States military. Is there any reason why?
No, wasn't allowed.
You weren't allowed. Wow, and you're getting a big pop for that.
My brain was too messed up.
Your brain, you failed. You failed what? What is that? The sort of like cognitive ability test?
God, if I know, I could barely read the words that were in front of me.
But Blackwater took you in.
Sir, yes, sir! Immediately, sir!
Okay, that is extremely disconcerting. I know that the mercenaries at Blackwater are accused of a lot of war crimes. Unfortunately,
accused?
Right. I think actually they were convicted and later pardoned by President Trump.
In a kangaroo court! Okay. Just like this one here today.
Well, we're not here to talk about war crimes. We're here to talk about way more serious crimes, and that is... Oh, Well, I should wait for a moment, and that alert didn't pop up, so let's look into that. Let's have our...
Let's
take
look
a look at that.
We're going to get our best guys on that.
But we do have some evidence that was submitted that may help to illuminate some of the details of this case. Let's have a look. Now, Mr. Daniels, can you explain what's happening in this image?
This is just yet another piece of farcical photo
didn't mean to
evidence
bring that up.
being used to smear me and the great people at Blackwater who have worked tirelessly throughout our 20 years serving this great nation, trying to paint me as some sort of fat Santa man hugging on his nipples, looking for milk like mother's teat. This will not stand.
Right. Well, Mr. Daniels. Your Honor, I object. And someone is objecting.
Your Honor, I object.
All right. Well, listen, Mr. Daniels. It wasn't clear to me that image was supposed to represent you. You seem to be taking personal offense to that image. What makes you think that was meant to represent you?
Well, I'm on trial here, aren't I?
You are on trial. That's true. And we are going to try to get Barron Trump on the stand.
Barron, my old nemesis.
We're gonna get former President Donald Trump's son Barron to take the stand.
What a small brain and such a big body.
But in the meantime, while we get him ready, I'd also just like to ask you, Mr. Daniels, do you have any experience using restrooms in unorthodox ways?
Well, sometimes when I was overseas, you might have to shit in the ground.
And when you did that, how did you typically wipe?
With leaves, or sticks, or even a rock.
Sticks?
A smooth rock.
Sticks seems...
Yes, a stick! Well, you'd sand it down first. My God, man, I'm not an animal.
Just seems like a lot of work, and also just like not that...
Well,
leaves I get. Even rocks kind of make sense.
Wait, you want me to put dirt on my ho-ho?
I don't want you to do...
My God, man, what am I'm no better than a beast? Rummaging around on the dirt, dragging it on the dirt, my ho-ho on the ground, getting all dirty?
I guess you're right. Now,
thank you.
Mr. Daniels, we do have Barron Trump on the stand. I'd like to go to him now to see if he has any, and we are getting a big pop for that, for the troops. And I want to remind our jurors that this guy is not a troop. This is not a member of the United States military.
But I did see action.
Okay.
God, did I see a lot of it. Those drones would not fly themselves, brother.
Okay, so the Xbox, I guess, the Xbox experience was coming in handy.
Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2.
Right, you're just listing Call of Duty titles. We're going to cut to Mr.
Even
Trump.
Zombies.
All right, Barron Trump, please state your name for the record. Thank you. And Mr. Trump, do you have any relation to the defendant at the stand?
I know him peripherally through various circles at Mar-a-Lago.
You know him from Mar-a-Lago?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, what interactions did you have at Mar-a-Lago?
Daddy lets me be the bathroom attendant at Mar-a-Lago, so I have helped the defendant wash his hands, dry his hands, shine his shoes, and apply cologne and aftershave.
I see.
And shave me, don't forget that, man.
Shave the top and the bottom and the rear.
I could not do it myself. No veteran should.
Now, speaking of things he wasn't able to do himself, Mr. Trump, were you ever in charge of wiping for Mr. Stormy Daniels?
I plead the fifth.
All right, well, you're not allowed to incriminate yourself, but let me rephrase, Mr. Trump. Was it standard procedure that the bathroom attendant wipe for the guest? Any guest?
It was known to happen from time to time, if the guest was incapacitated in some form.
I was drunk.
Interesting.
That would be considered an incapacitation.
I was drunk off the beautiful mint julep served all over the Mar-a-Lago estate. Can you blame a man after seeing what I had in the back of that computer screen? Little dots turning into little specks of dust right before my very eyes.
That is truly horrifying. Barron Trump, you're free to go. Thank you so much for your input. That's interesting. Interesting what he said about his experience at Mar-a-Lago. Although he did not explicitly say that he wiped your ass, it leaves room for question that...
He's a liar.
He's
a liar!
What?
And this is nothing but a farce, a kangaroo court!
You keep saying that. What do you mean when you say that?
I imagine for a second, you came into the courtroom, and instead of a man or a woman or even a child like Baron, there are marsupials with babes in their pouches, being the judge and the plaintiff and the jury and the security guard.
So you mean like a literal kangaroo court?
Well, what else would I mean, goddammit?
I'm not really sure, but we do have a little bit more visual evidence that I'm hoping might clarify things for us. I'd also, in a moment after we show this visual evidence and we discuss it, I want to open it up to some of our jurors to ask questions to you directly, Mr. Daniels. So we're going to go ahead now and cut to the visual evidence. Let's have a look. Okay, so can you explain what I'm looking at here, Mr. Daniels?
This is a fleshlight in the shape of the character Mater from Cars.
Right, and can you explain its relevance to this particular case?
No, I cannot.
You want to take another look at it?
Yep, that's Mater, his classic shit-eating grin.
And you have no idea why that evidence might have been submitted in relation to this particular case.
What a man does in the comfort of his own home is of no jurisdiction here.
Well, actually...
Isn't that a law?
No, not here. Actually,
if it happens on your ground that you own, it cannot be... You are allowed to do whatever you want.
Well,
sit in your house.
Well, it is illegal, even in your own home, to wipe...
fuck a fleshlight in the shape of Mater from Cars? Tell me where it says that in the Constitution that you love so much.
All right, well...
Article 6.
The bailiff is saying Article 6.
Article 6!
Now, listen, we do have a few questions, I think, from some of our jurors for you, Mr. Daniels. So, jurors in the chat, if you have any questions now for Mr. Daniels that might help clarify some of the aspects of this case that we haven't quite figured out, go ahead and start asking them now. Here's a question from juror Warm Winter. What was your overall KD?
Well, there was no D's, because I'm still standing here, brother.
Oh, I guess I was assuming that they meant in Call of Duty, but you're saying that you've never died.
I was not killed in combat.
Well, what were your Ks?
Well, are you dividing them by operative versus non-operative?
Oh, you're saying that you killed, and we are asking to bring Kangaroo Jack to the witness stand.
I rest my case.
So if we can get,
Your Honor, I rest my case.
Okay. You can't do that yet. You can't rest your own case. Well, you can rest your own case.
Your
I don't
Honor,
recommend it.
Your Honor, I am just a man, sitting here, standing up, thinking to myself, God, if my grandfather would be alive to see this, the mockery of the United States judicial system that's been made. You know, my grandpa was a judge.
Really?
Yes.
What was his name? Maybe I knew him.
Well, it was more of a side attraction at the zoo.
Wait, what?
He was a judge, and he had a bunch of kangaroos that he would dress up in little outfits and just kind of make them do all the, like what you're doing. And they were damn good at it, too.
You're talking about Kangaroo Court.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Daniels, we had one other question, and let's get Kangaroo Jack on the stand. But we are going to, we had one other question before we go to Mr. Jack. Or actually, I'll ask these two in quick succession, and you can answer them thusly. 1-ply or 2-ply, and also, have you had a solid movement when you wiped back to front?
I haven't said it. I had a solid movement since I joined Blackwater.
Oh, is that why they call it Blackwater?
You're telling me they don't tell you that. You're either shitting liquid shit or blood the minute you get on that plane.
Okay, that's very gross. And 1-ply or 2-ply?
2-ply.
All right, when it's not a stick, right?
2-ply around a stick.
2-ply around a stick? Why even use a
2-ply
stick?
around a stick. Light that fucker on fire. You got a torch to kill more insurgents with.
Okay, all right. I think I've heard enough of that for now. Let's go ahead and bring in our witness, Kangaroo Jack. Mr. Jack, can you please state your name for the record?
My name's Kangaroo Jack.
I'm sorry, is that a firearm?
Yeah.
Mr. Jack, you're not allowed to bring firearms into the courtroom.
I know what I've seen this man do, and I would feel more comfortable if I had a firearm.
Oh, okay. Well, if it is strictly for self-defense, Mr. Jack, now you say that you know the defendant. You're familiar with the defendant. Wait, whoa.
Oi!
I'm doing self-defense.
Oi!
That's what you're letting the kangaroo do.
Oi!
Well, I wasn't aware that you were armed, Mr. Daniels.
I'm always armed. I never know when one of the families of the people I killed overseas
Listen, if this
is gonna
man ain't
come
gonna
hunt
act
you.
right, I'm gonna go.
Same.
All right, everybody calm down.
Judge, I'm sorry. The metal
Everybody
detectors
chill
weren't
out.
working this
All right, yeah,
morning.
bailiff, where were you on this? We've got 2 firearms.
The metal detectors are just, we kind of have one of those ones, and the guy who does it was asleep this morning. He didn't get much. He got like 3 hours of sleep yesterday.
All right, well, pat him down. Pat
I
him down
never
or
checked my
something.
pouch.
Oh, so you want me to touch the defendants? Is that what you want
I'm
me
not
to
saying
do?
touch them. I'm saying, like, do what they do at
You want me
TSA.
to feel the genitals of the defendant.
Not
That's
their
great.
genitals.
That's great.
There's no way that Kangaroo Jack hid a FAMAS in their genitals.
Yeah, I did.
Actually, I feel like they're maybe the one person who might do that.
Is the pouch part of the
I
genitals?
feel like they're.
No.
Yeah.
Where are your genitals, Kangaroo Jack?
All right, you're not
my-
allowed to
in my
ask where their
pouch.
genitals are. All right, we gotta
the pouch.
straighten it out. Now, Kangaroo Jack. Earlier, you mentioned that you didn't feel safe around this defendant because you had some sort of prior relation to them. Can you elaborate on that?
I won't say much, but
I wish you would.
But I knew him when he was overseas, and let's just say some really uncomfortable relations happened against my own will.
Oh my God. Okay, Jesus.
And listen, sometimes I understand you have to do what you have to do to stay warm, but I did not consent, and I didn't like what I saw this man do.
Wait, to stay warm. I don't mean to put words in your mouth, Kangaroo Jack, but are you implying that Lieutenant Stormy Daniels climbed into your pouch in order to stay warm on a particularly cold Australian night?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, all right. Well, look, you're not on trial, Kangaroo Jack, but if that is true, that is certainly a disgusting breach of boundaries, Mr. Stormy Daniels.
What can I say? Like grandpa, like grandson. We have a
What?
penchant for the pouch.
All right, well, technically speaking, that happened in Australia and is therefore outside of our jurisdiction.
Where do you think I saw the most action? That's where I was stationed all those years. The big down under.
Really? It doesn't feel like that's something that the U.S. military would need to get involved with. Now, before you answer any more, Mr. Daniels, I do want to allow time for Kangaroo Jack.
That bugger tried to shoot at me!
All right, please, everybody, keep your fingers off your triggers.
Sorry,
Now,
it was an accident.
Kangaroo
My bad.
Jack, is there anything else that you'd like to add to the record while we have you here?
Listen, I seen the way this man wipes his arse.
Oh, really? Okay, wait, that's super useful. Maybe
And,
we should have started there. And someone is objecting. I'm going to overrule that objection and allow you to continue, Kangaroo Jack. You're not allowed to overrule
sorry.
defendant. All
I
right, go ahead,
forget.
Kangaroo Jack.
I'll just say the way that he wipes down there is not the way God intended for man to wipe the butts.
Interesting. And can you maybe expand on that?
Well, I can't tell you if it's front to back, but I definitely can't tell you that it's back to front neither.
Interesting. It's neither front to back or back to front. Wow. Side to side. All right. Thank you, Kangaroo Jack. You're done. We are going to bring Alex Jones to the stand. So hopefully Mr. Jones is going to have something important for us important to say that'll help illuminate this trial. And then I think after we call that witness, we are going to put it to a vote. Before we bring Alex Jones to the stand, is there anything you'd like to say to respond to Kangaroo Jack's allegations about your wiping technique, Mr. Stormy Daniels?
Your Honor, I'm just a small city drone operator trying
That
to
feels
make
like an oxymoron, small
world
city.
is way in this world. And when people say you can't wipe one way or the other, it's not right. Because I have carpal tunnel in both my hands from all the AC-130 inbound. Ramirez, get back here. That's a character from the Call of Duty franchise.
Right,
you might
right.
want to keep up. So if you're gonna tell me you're gonna listen to the words of a beast over a pseudo-veteran of a paramilitary force during the 2000s, I mean, come on, man. This is, in fact, a kangaroo court.
All right, well, I will grant you that we did have a literal kangaroo in here giving evidence, but it's Kangaroo Jack. I mean, it's hardly a beast.
He doesn't talk.
He just talked.
Despite what the trailer showed, that's just a dream sequence. When Anthony Anderson and whoever else is the star of that movie...
That fucking pissed me off so bad when I was a kid.
It was bullshit.
Fucking talking
All right, plaintiff, please.
The way they cut that trailer was misleading. Much like our next... my friend on the witness stand might show you how other people might be being misled around this great nation as well.
All right, we are going to bring Alex Jones to the witness stand now. We're going to get a little bit of testimony from him, and then we do have to put it to a vote to determine whether or not you'll be found guilty. Mr. Jones, please state your name for the record.
My name's Alex Jones.
And Mr. Jones, what information do you have relevant to this particular case?
Whether this man wipes from front to back or back to front is not even, it shouldn't even be a question that we're considering. What this man does! What this man has done!
We are getting boos for Alex Jones. I'm assuming that it has to do with his denying the Sandy Hook massacre. Alex Jones, you're not on trial for that right now, but I want to quiet our jurors and let him speak. Now, Mr. Jones, it is illegal to wipe back to front here. So whatever your particular opinion on the matter is not necessarily relevant. What we need to find out is whether, I know, look, we all have our opinions on whether or not Sandy Hook happened. I personally think it did, but we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about wiping our ass. So,
well, it happened. It just didn't happen the way everyone said.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All
It was
right,
a bunch of actors that got
Nobody
together
said
and
it
put on a
didn't
little
happen.
play.
You're now doing the research.
Now, Mr. Jones, I want to steer this back towards the matter at hand. What relation do you have to the defendant, Mr. Lieutenant Stormy Daniels?
I'm one of this man's best friends.
You're one of his
sir.
best.
One of his closest friends.
Yes,
I've
sir.
wiped this man's ass, and let me tell you, it doesn't matter if it's front to back or back to front. This man likes
You've wiped his ass?
Of course, I'm one of his best friends.
He's one of my best friends. What do you think we're doing?
You're your best friend's asses?
Someone falls asleep on the toilet because they had a big bum and they didn't know what to do next?
You wiped their ass.
You wiped their ass!
All
So
right.
yes, I've wiped this man's ass, and let me tell you, what he likes is a whirlwind. You take it around the circumference of the hole in circles, starting out wide around the circumference, bringing it closer into the center, in order to do a vortex of wiping, and then you slowly insert 2 fingers covered with 2 plies into the anus, and you continue the whirlwind. The
Eye of the storm!
That's what we call it.
I don't think I can, in good conscience, show what gesture Mr. Jones just did, but I can assure you that it would get us banned from Twitch. So, Mr. Jones, you are now free to leave the witness stand. Thank you for that contribution. And now I want to turn it to our jurors. So, jurors, we're going to bring up a poll momentarily, and you will have to vote to determine the fate of Mr. Lieutenant Stormy Daniels. So, Lieutenant Stormy Daniels, if while we're preparing this poll you want to give your closing remarks, now would be the time to do that.
Sometimes people do things in life that they have to do. They don't want to, and it might hurt people they didn't mean to hurt. But they're just learning the proverbial controls of the proverbial aircraft. Do you see what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't know whether a guy running it has military gear on or not. It's impossible to tell. They're just little dots on a screen. And if you were in the same position, no matter how much training you had, you would make the same mistake. And it wouldn't be weird and it wouldn't be creepy and no one would get mad at you. They would just say, that's okay, just try better the next time. They give you your paycheck for the week and you'd go to the Pizza Hut on base with it.
Got it. Well, thank you, Lieutenant Daniels, for that moving remark. We'll have to see whether or not you were able to sway any of our jurors to your side. Go ahead now, jurors, and start voting. It does appear to be a fairly one-sided vote at this time, but anything could happen. We're going to leave it open for a few more seconds to to really feel this one
What
out.
can I do to get in your good graces? Next drone bomb I'll use will be on your enemies. Please, please. Please, 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 please.
And
I'll send my friends in Blackwater to kill your bully in high school. I will.
I think I've seen enough here. Let's go ahead and close out that poll. Mr. Daniels, it appears that our jurors have spoken and they have found you guilty as charged. Now, the only thing remaining here to do is to decide the punishment for Lieutenant Stormy Daniels. So please now, jurors in the chat, start suggesting what you feel is an appropriate punishment for the crime of wiping back to front. And we'll decide on a good
what's
one.
coming. I already know.
And someone in the jurors box is requesting that you stop spawn camping them in Nuketown.
The death penalty.
Okay, well, maybe.
That's what I'm getting today.
I'm seeing...
I've seen this day in my dreams 1,000 times over in the eyes of every man, woman, and child I killed.
No toilet paper surgery.
Hanging by a noose.
Anal closure surgery was one of the suggestions. Forced to play MOBAs instead. Rock tapping. 1 hour of sitting in a Dutch oven. 3-finger minimum. Ice bucket daily. Wiping upside down. Okay, yeah, I think, well...
Just so that Stormy Daniels knows about the death penalty, we're out of money for nooses and the cocktail of drugs that we administer via syringe. So all we got is those little plastic swords they use for martinis with the little olives. That's all we got to kill with right now.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna pass on the death penalty. We're not gonna hold you to that.
Yippee!
Stormy Daniels. However,
another day goes on where Lieutenant Stormy Daniels is able to ride again.
However, we are going to be combining a couple different suggestions for punishments. One punishment was that you are forced to wipe upside down. So you'll have to stand upside down, and whatever falls down there, that's going to be literally on you.
It has to stay there?
But it's also going to be sandpaper toilet paper.
Boy, this could not be happening to me of all people.
It seems like this is extremely appropriate to happen to you of all people.
Okay. I accept.
Yeah, you have to accept. That's your punishment.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Take care,
Ladies
Mr.
and gentlemen,
Lieutenant
good
Daniels.
night.
Folks, justice has been served. Thank you so much, jurors. I think we made the right call there, and I don't think Lieutenant Stormy Daniels is going to be making that mistake again after having to wipe upside down with sandpaper. Of course, not all the people who stand accused of crimes today will be guilty, and it will be up to you to decide who among them is actually innocent. If you're just joining us already, my name, of course, is the Honorable Learned Hand. I preside over this court, but it's not up to me to decide who's guilty and who's not. It's up to you, our jurors, in the juror box, in the chat. There's also a variety of ways for you, the jury, to influence the proceedings, which doesn't sound great when I say it like that, but you can submit evidence in the Discord. If you haven't already, join the Everything Now Show Discord. There's a link to it in the panels down below the video player. There's also going to be a link to it in the chat. Someone in the juror box, please type !Discord so that anybody who's new here, there it is. Go ahead and click that link, join the Discord. If you want to submit valuable visual evidence like this, go ahead and join the Discord. Submit an image. We might use it in tonight's proceedings. You can also pay $5 and bring in a witness of your choice. We've already had a variety of witnesses in our trials, in our one trial so far tonight. There was Alex Jones, there was Barron Trump, and of course Kangaroo Jack took the stand. So, like I said, it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a celebrity or a real person. It can be a fictional character. It can be someone who's just like related to the trial, like the defendant's, stepmom or elementary school teacher or whoever. Donate $5. Let us know who you want to put on the stand. We will do that. You can also subscribe. We haven't done this yet. If you subscribe, you can submit written testimony. You can write out a little message, put it in the chat, and we will display it on the stream like this. It could be a make or break entry into the record that will determine a defendant's guilt. So keep that in mind for this next trial. But of course, the most important thing is that we figure out what this next alleged criminal, what this next defendant stands accused of. So if you wouldn't mind, jurors in the chat, please start submitting crimes, and we're going to figure out what this next defendant stands accused of. Clipping their toenails in a public setting. Oof, yikes. Crushing people's heads in public using your index finger and thumb, yelling out, "I'm crushing your head." Wow, that is a long one. Using mind control for evil purposes. Insisting spelling the name Geoff. Selling bootleg animes from behind the 4-H husbandry BAM at husbandry barn at the junior high school. Agrees with the D&D open game license changes, stealing our hearts. Reading without sneezing. Ooh, I don't know if I understand that one, but it does sound evil. Eating their boogers, but only the juicy ones. Pulling push doors and pushing pull doors. Replacing sex cube with tiger balm. I'm assuming they meant lube there.
You don't use sex cube, Judge?
I don't use sex cube. I'm
Judge.
thoroughly cubricated at all times. Impersonating a judge without a license. Eating the forbidden fruit. Is a landlord. It is illegal to be a landlord in this jurisdiction. Using the sex cube, cracking their knuckles at a funeral, not taking down Christmas decorations, using expired preparation J. I think planking. Yes, planking. We're gonna take planking. Planking, of course, was outlawed in 2004, I want to say, after it rose to tremendous viral success and quickly became a cause of public outrage after people started planking on all kinds of things you really shouldn't plank on. We did outlaw it in jurisdiction partially for the safety of those planking, but also for the safety of others and because it was pretty cringe. So this next defendant apparently planked here in the year of our Lord 2023, which is of course extremely illegal. So let's go ahead and bring to the stand our next defendant. Defendant, go ahead and take your place at the podium and state your name for our record. Defendant, over here. Defendant, hi, yes, follow my voice.
Yeah.
Can you, sorry, are you unable to see, defendant?
I cannot see with my eyes.
Okay, well, here, face me over here. And I know you can't see it, but there is a mark kind of like on the floor where you're supposed to stand.
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay, good. Yeah. We tried to put it like make it tactile so that those who are unable to see. Yes, perfect.
Yeah, very good. Nice.
Thank you.
You did that.
Yep,
for me.
just face straight ahead. Perfect. And I'm right here. Great. Defendant, state your name for the record one more time.
My name Georgina Orlov.
Georgina Orlov.
Yeah.
Great. And take one step to your left, Georgina. Perfect. Now you're centered up. Excellent. Now, Miss Orlov, do you understand the crimes?
You can call me Georgina.
Okay, Georgina. Georgina, do you understand the crimes that you are accused of committing?
Yeah, planking.
Okay, great. Now, I assume you are aware that planking was outlawed in this jurisdiction quite some time ago.
What, you think I have time to read all new laws, okay, with my eyes that can't see? Nobody tell me these things.
All right, well, unfortunately, unawareness of a law is not an affirmative defense for breaking a law, Georgina. Now, can you maybe start us off? Were you planking while it was illegal in like the early 2000s?
Every night I plank, okay? It's how I sleep.
Okay, all right. Well, I should be clear here. Being horizontal in your bed when you're preparing to go to sleep is not considered planking.
No, Ja, I know what planking is, okay? I go on my forearms and I plank, and it's how I go to sleep.
Oh, you're talking about...
I sleep in plank position, yeah?
Wow, okay, I misunderstood what you were saying.
I have very good abs.
You're saying you're doing like the exercise plank.
Yeah.
Like where you're held up on your forearms.
I never stop planking. Every day I plank.
Wow, you do that when you sleep?
Yeah.
Gee, you must be shredded.
That's how everybody in Russia sleeps.
Everybody in Russia does that?
Yeah, they all... Yeah. How do you think Vladimir Putin looked like that? Okay, he plank in his sleep.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, and a small pop for
Yes,
Russian
Daddy
President
Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
He keeps it tight, Judge.
That's Daddy Putin. Yeah.
You can say a lot, but he keeps it tight.
He keep it tight for Mother Russia.
All right, well, that type of planking, the exercise type of planking, is not illegal in this jurisdiction. You're allowed to do that. The planking I am referring to is, when you just kind of like lay down horizontally with your arms kind of next to your side on like a mailbox or like something.
I do that too.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want you to incriminate yourself, Miss Orla or Georgina. You don't have to admit to the crime, but if you were to be planking, where might you be doing something like that?
Honestly, anywhere. When I get lost, I like to plank so I can like feel my way towards where I need to go. So honestly, yeah, parks, on the bench, anywhere, restaurants.
Okay, well, this is interesting. So that you're saying that you have to plank out of necessity to accommodate your disability so that you're able to feel your surroundings. Now, we might be able to carve out an exception in the law for situations like that. Can you give some examples of times when you've needed to plank?
Well, yeah, okay, so many times I plank, okay, you see, one time I have to go to a wedding of a little cousin, okay, I couldn't get there, okay, I'm blind, I cannot see, I cannot drive, and so
Where was the wedding? Is it like a destination wedding?
No.
Just local?
Yeah, local at the park, and I couldn't see, so, I plank in middle of street, and I listen to cars, okay, I listen to cars where they are going, and I go there, okay?
Okay, that seems extremely dangerous to be planking at an active intersection.
Listen, if I die, it's okay. I never saw it coming.
That's a fair point. Now, I know you won't be able to see this visual evidence, Georgina, so I will describe what it is, but someone has submitted some visual evidence.
Very good.
Let's go ahead and see what that is. Now, Georgina, the evidence that was submitted is a picture of... It's a picture of
a Jar Jar Binks Hot Wheel, Judge.
Yes, it is a Hot Wheel car in the shape of Star Wars character Jar Jar Binks, which you probably also haven't seen because you're blind.
Oh,
but like,
yeah, I know who you're speaking of, this Jar Jar Binks, okay, yeah.
You know Jar Jar Binks.
He's hero in my hometown.
He's a hero in your hometown?
Yeah, we love Jar Jar Binks, we love him so much, yeah.
And someone is objecting to that.
Listen, if you don't like Jar Jar Binks, you can get the fuck out of Dodge, yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't realize that. Maybe it's a difference in the translation of the movie. Well, anyway, I also want to clarify that this image of the Hot Wheel, the Jar Jar car, the Car Binks.
Sometimes if I have to be somewhere and I have deadline, I just think Jar Jar Binks in my head. I go, Misa, go fast, and I go there so fast. He helped me.
He helps you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, that was the text on the image read, no time to explain, get in the Car Binks. So you're saying...
That's a good meme.
That is a good meme. It is. You're a fan of memes? Are you able to enjoy memes with your disability, Georgina?
Yeah, I can still relate, okay? I'm not old lady, okay? Young kids tell me when I'm planking, they say, look at this meme. I say, I cannot see it, and they tell it to me.
Do you have a favorite meme?
Yeah, I really like, oh man, there's so many. I like the one with the man, he is confused, and there's like all the writing up there. Oh, it's a lady, huh?
Oh, like I forget what that's from, but it's like the lady, and then there's all the math like around her, like she's thinking. I feel like
that every day.
You feel like that every day.
Every day I wake up.
Well, Georgina, I want to get back to the matter at hand, which of course was your planking. Now, earlier you described that a situation in which you might be planking is when you were walking to your little cousin's wedding and you decided to plank in the middle of an active intersection in order to, I guess, figure out whether or not there were cars coming?
I have to hear which way cars are going so I know which way I am going.
I see. And so you're saying it's sort of like putting your ear to like a rail on a railroad to hear whether or not a train is coming?
Yeah, sometimes I do that too.
Okay, that's extremely dangerous, Georgina. It's not illegal, but it's a surefire way to get hit by a moving vehicle.
Listen, you gotta live your life on the edge, okay?
Okay, well that tends to be the attitude of guilty criminals, Georgina, and I'm trying to put you on the path to the straight and narrow.
Well, I'm never gonna stop planking, okay? So
Okay, all right. Well, listen.
you fixed the law for me right now.
I don't want you to have to be punished for this, Georgina. I am sympathetic for
Listen, I have plea deal I can come up with.
You've got a pitch for a plea deal?
Yeah, how about we do like Brittany Griner situation, okay? You get one of your Americans back and I go back to Russia where everybody plank.
Interesting. Oh, okay. So you would do a prisoner exchange where we give you back to Russia.
Yeah,
and
we give you your Brittany Griner. We give her to you.
We got her already. She's back. We got her. Do you have anybody else good over there?
No.
No? You can't think of anybody?
We have no more Americans.
All right. Well, what about like I don't know, like a Canadian we might take?
No, we don't. We see Canadian and we say, "Get out of here! What are you doing
Oh,
here?"
you don't even let them. You won't even take them as prisoners.
they're not allowed in Russia. Okay.
I see. All right. Well, that's gonna be
Justin Trudeau, not even real man.
You don't think Justin Trudeau's real?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that I
No,
guess
he's a little boy.
that speaks to the Russian disinformation campaign, I think, more than anything. Now, Georgina, we are going to get some questions here from some of our jurors in the juror box. Jurors in the chat, if you have any questions for Georgina related to her background or maybe planking generally or her experience planking, now is the time to ask those. And I will ask them on your behalf so that Georgina can hear them. Let's see, we're going to wait for some of those questions to come in. Here's one from Fidorules. How did Mr. Plankton feel about the assault?
What is this stupid inside joke I don't get? Yeah, because I'm not from here.
We got some written testimony that's kind of a wild ride.
Written test, like
Yeah.
a subscriber?
Well, so they subscribed with Amazon Prime, but we didn't get the notification.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Can we show it?
I guess, yeah.
All right, I guess we missed some written testimony here that was submitted by a subscriber. Let's have a look here. Oh, it's long. Okay, I will read this to you, Georgina. Upon entering the Chum Bucket restaurant, the defendant, which was appeared drunk at the time, proceeded to physically and sexually Sheldon J. Plankton. Okay, I think we're missing some words here. After 15 minutes of dry humping, she proceeded to ask for a manager, screaming she had a shellfish allergy prior to police arriving. I see. Okay. Wow, a lot going on here. So it seems, and we do have two, I think, different. Okay, wait, no, we had one suggestion for a witness. I didn't see who that was. Plaintiff, did you catch that?
Yeah, it was Vladimir Putin.
Oh my
Got it.
God, Daddy Vladdy, come to save me.
We're gonna get Daddy Vladdy himself to save you. We'll see. Anyway, can you speak maybe to what this witness was saying, Georgina, about the Chum Bucket?
Yeah, okay. It was me, and I do have shellfish allergy. I did physically and sexually assault the owner.
Plankton?
Yeah, but he's so small and I cannot even see, so how did I even know what I was doing, okay?
Got it. So you're saying that there wasn't motive or intent for this assault. It just sort of happened accidentally.
Listen, I did want to do it because I have shellfish allergy, so it's like I didn't have good experience at your restaurant, so you have to do something for me. Yeah, that's how it works where I'm from.
Got it. A little like quid pro quo.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I'm wondering if maybe there was a misunderstanding when this crime was submitted, that it wasn't actually that you were on trial for planking, but rather assaulting owner of the Chum Button, Plankton. Now, we do have some visual evidence, and we're going to take a look at that in just a moment, but I do want to bring our witness to the stand, who is, of course, President of Russia, Mr. Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Mr. Putin, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, hello, sure, I am Vladimir Putin.
And Mr. Putin, thank you for being here. Are you familiar with this defendant, and can you maybe speak to the alleged crimes?
2024.
Yes, of course, I am familiar with Georgina. She is a great Russian ally. She is one of the great one of my great subjects in my kingdom.
You call them subjects in your kingdom?
Yes, of course. This is how it is done in Russia. I mean, this is we tried communism, and now it is back to we have a czar again, and this is just the way of the world. I mean, I don't know. It's it must be crazy to you in the West, but in Russia, this is quite normal.
I see. And so, Mr. Putin, can you maybe speak specifically to the action of planking and whether or not you know if Georgina has any experience doing that?
Yes, of course. This is a very common Russian way to go to sleep. We get in the plank position. It keeps us strong for the wars ahead. There's a lot of Western aggression towards Russia these ways.
Yeah.
Of course, dogs of the West, you boo me, but I will not be held down. I am strong. I am proud Russian national like Georgina.
Yeah.
And I will never be stopped. I will never be stopped.
Yeah, love Putin.
Love Putin.
Tsar Putin. Everybody gonna bow to him one day.
One day.
One day.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course.
You guys are planning some sort of invasion. Well, I guess you guys are already kind of doing an invasion.
No, this is not it is a territory dispute. I don't know.
Okay, all right,
Hey,
look.
Ukraine used to be ours, okay?
Yeah, I mean, this
Alright,
is
I don't wanna-
even the tiniest Russian child.
I don't want to touch that. I don't want to get into
okay.
that. We don't have to talk.
Western media, we
You
understand.
are cowards
We-
here. Puh, you take nothing. Okay,
Do
you
not
take
spit
nothing.
in my court,
We
Georgina.
understand. We will play your little Western media games, and we will.
All right.
Okay.
President Putin, is there anything else you'd like to add to the record before we dismiss you?
What can be said that has not already been said by RT and these beautiful media sources? Since we got that dog, we sent him to jail. What was his name? I can't even remember. He was speaking against Putin and the Tsardom. But we destroyed him, just like I destroyed that horse that I wrestled down to the ground with my bare hands.
Yeah, he did that.
And I wrung its neck.
Yeah.
And I shattered that horse's windpipe into a million little pieces.
Yeah.
And I will do that to every enemy of Russia.
Yeah.
And Georgina will be my right-hand woman.
Yes, I will.
And we will go
see.
to the Bolshoi and enjoy the ballet.
Yeah.
And then we will drink vodkas.
Only vodka.
Viva Russia!
Viva Russia.
Thank you.
Viva? Isn't that Spanish? All right, you're free to go, President
Ben
Putin.
stole it from us.
Stole it.
I love you all.
I love you, Georgina.
When you think about it, Georgina is kind of like Vladimir's Flava Flav.
Okay, all right. I don't know how far we could take that analogy, but I appreciate the reference, Mr. Bailiff. Now, I don't want to get too distracted here. That was a lot, but I don't want to forget that we had some visual evidence submitted. And again, Georgina, I will describe what we put on the monitor for you because I know that you cannot see. Are we
There's
ready?
nothing you could do to break my spirit. I'm Russian.
Excellent. Well, and it seems that we have another bit of visual evidence after that. So let's look at the first piece of visual evidence. And now, Georgina, this appears to be, what's this guy's name? John? From
Steve. From Blue's Clues.
Right, Steve. It's Steve from Blue's Clues, and
Fucking ignoramus.
he's flipping you the bird. So, Georgina, do you have anything you'd like to say about that particular piece of evidence?
Listen, I could do it too, yeah? Your stupid little Blues Clues mail time, okay? We don't even have baby shows in Russia, okay? We just have Vladimir Putin TV.
Vladimir, what kind of stuff do you see on Vladimir Putin TV?
We watch him wrestle horses all day, and it teaches us when we are little to be strong. And even though I cannot see, okay, I am strong, and I watch him wrestle horse, and I'm like, I could do it too. And you know what? I did. I wrestle horse, I kill it, and then I plank.
Okay, I think
Hell yeah.
wow, that sounds like quite a day. Now, I think, is that President Putin still on the witness stand?
We are either watching me do these incredible acts of heroism, or
Yeah.
every child at even 2-3 years old is watching the amazing prestige television series The Wire. Those are the two things every child in Russia is given: a box set of The Wire, a box set of me doing acts of
Yeah.
heroism.
And
Love McNulty, Judge.
someone is objecting to that.
Listen, if kids in Russia cannot do this by age 5, we kill them because it's how we know who
Kill
is
them.
gonna be weak. Listen, it's
Well,
okay.
UFC 300, of course.
It's
The
the
Spartans. Meet the Spartans. You've seen this movie.
Yeah.
Fine Russian movie.
It's a risk every woman in Russia take when they bear a
Yes.
child, that maybe your kid will be weak, and it brings great disgrace upon families. And I was blind and they were gonna do it to me, but I was not weak. I'm Russian.
You're Russian.
Yeah.
Thank you, Georgina. And thank you!
Thank you, Putin.
Okay, get out of here, Vladimir.
Yeah, you can't speak to him that way.
Now, I can do whatever I like. I am the judge of this court, and I'm taking back
You're
control.
the judge of a fake court, you Westerners. Nothing real happened here, okay?
Okay, you're the second defendant who's come in here and accused us of being a fake. This is a real court. All right, if this was a fake court, would this not sound like perfectly real hardwood? I rest my case. Now, Georgina, we do have some more visual evidence that's been submitted, so let's go ahead.
Yeah, throw
and
it at me, you bitches.
Let's have a look, and I will describe it. Now, Georgina, what I'm seeing here is what appears to be a thought bubble containing a carton of milk that is spilling over and over endlessly. Now, what information do you have or testimony do you have that might go along with this piece of evidence?
Listen, I think the other side of this trial, you guys are jokes, okay, with your little gifts and your memes. And listen, I spill milk every day. Why? Because I'm blind, but I have strong bones. I don't even need milk, okay? I don't even need milk.
Well, it's good that you have strong bones because you're laying down in traffic regularly, it seems.
Yeah.
All right, well, Georgina, I'm going to open this up to some questions from our jurors, and then we're going to go ahead and vote on your guilt. Here's a question from Commodore Friday, who is asking, is the defendant single?
Hey, baby.
Okay, that is not the type of question that we are looking for. Jurors, please.
I'm single, ready to mingle and bring down America. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a very ambitious first date. Now, we have another question here. Ooh, I don't know if we can make this happen, but I guess we can try. I don't know if our visual capabilities are able to do this, but can we see the defendant plank?
Listen, I plank in my sleep. I'll plank any day of the week.
All
I'll do
right.
it right now.
Let's see if we can do this. I don't think we're gonna. Maybe just behind the podium. Maybe on the witness stand. Go over to the witness stand and try planking on there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like.
All right.
It's hard.
And that is illegal. That is illegal, but it's allowed for the sake of giving an example. And come on back, and wow, look, you're right there. Okay, that looked seamless.
Clear one.
And a big cheer from Commodore Friday, who was the person who asked whether the defendant was single.
Hey, yeah.
They've donated
comrade.
$1.
Hey, want to be my baby?
Okay, I'll let you guys sort that out after the trial. I do think we are just about ready now to go ahead and pull up a poll to determine whether or not Georgina, and someone is objecting. Maybe they're objecting to Commodore securing a date with Georgina after the trial. I'm going to have to let you guys fight that one out. But Georgina, while the jurors are voting on your guilt, go ahead and make your closing statement.
Yeah, okay, I am guilty of planking, okay, and I'm never gonna stop planking, and Viva Russia, okay.
It's a very bold strategy to admit guilt,
And
say you're going to continue committing crimes,
If you want
and
to
then
date
threaten
me,
an invasion.
okay, you can call me at 122 plank forever.
Okay, so your closing statements consisted of an admission of guilt, a guarantee to continue committing crimes, a potential threat of
Yes.
global invasion, and then your phone number for a date.
Yeah, okay, like if you can make me some borscht, I will eat that. You can take me on a date, daddy.
All right, let's go ahead and close out this poll.
DM me if you look like Putin.
And miraculously, Georgina, the jurors have found you not guilty. And let's get the poll off the screen.
Yeah.
Not guilty. Wow. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I did do it, okay, but you Americans so stupid.
Hey, listen, this is how the system works.
Just for filth, queen.
Yeah.
Georgina, because you are guilty, you are not guilty, I should say, there is no punishment, and so you are free to go and I guess go on your date. But please don't invade our country.
No promises. Yeah, okay, bye-bye.
Farewell.
She's already here, Judge. She's already invaded.
All right, but I meant like bringing in, like troops on the ground or whatever, boots on the ground. All right. This is not justice, says the So-So Kid, and unfortunately, this is justice. Unfortunately, this is how it works.
Justice, like Georgina, is blind.
That's pretty good, Bailiff. I gotta give you that one.
I'm working. I'm over here working all the time.
Okay, but you did miss the 2 guns that were brought into the courtroom earlier. So
they were really, in fairness, they looked pretty cool.
Okay, well you can't just let guns into the courtroom because they look cool. All right, all guns look cool. All right. All right, I'm not here to argue about that. Thank you. Folks, my name is Judge Learned Hand. You, of course, are the jurors, and this is court. Tonight, we are hearing some of the cases of some of the most dastardly crimes allegedly committed by the defendants, and of course, it is up to you to decide whether or not these defendants are guilty or not guilty. Now, you're going to vote at the end of these trials, but there are a couple other ways that you can get involved in the trials that I will remind you of now in case you're just tuning in. Of course, you can join the Everything Now Show Discord. If you haven't already, I'm going to keep saying it. Join the Everything Now Show Discord. There's a link to it in the panels down below, and somebody in the chat is going to type !Discord with a link. So you can just click that, join the Discord, and by joining the Discord, you can submit images that we might use tonight for evidence. The last one was, I think, a thought bubble from the show SpongeBob with the milk spilling. But it could be anything. It can be anything that, well, within reason, nothing that'll get us banned from Twitch. But most things, if you submit an image, put it in our Discord, we might use it in one of tonight's proceedings. So go ahead, join the Discord, submit images, we might use it. The other ways you can get involved in tonight's proceedings are by calling a witness to the stand. Thank you for the follow, Truffle Sage. If you donate $5 at any point tonight, you can call a witness to the stand. Earlier this evening, we had Alex Jones, we had Kangaroo Jack, and then in that last trial, we had President of Russia, Vladimir Putin. So really, Tsar of Russia, Vladimir Putin. We can get anybody, folks. Real celebrities, public figures, fictional characters, just like random people who are associated to the defendant. Let us know who you want to bring to the witness stand. Pay $5. We will bring them, and we'll hear from them here in court. You can also submit written testimony by subscribing to the show. Someone's already done that, and it was extremely long. It doesn't have to be this long, but it can be. I do appreciate that it was at least sort of, it wasn't really relevant at all to the trial. It pretty much only had the word plank in it, and it didn't even have that because it was talking about Plankton, the character from SpongeBob. But listen, whatever it is, if you subscribe, we'll put it in the little graphic and we'll show it on stream. So go ahead, subscribe to the show, type your message in the chat, we'll show it on stream, we'll talk about it in the trial. That's how it works. But the next order of business, of course, is to figure out what this next defendant stands accused of. So, if you wouldn't mind, jurors in the chat, please start submitting crimes, and we're going to figure out what this next defendant is accused of. Sitting on face in public. Giving a child a paper cut. Wow, that is fucked up. Not joining the Discord. That is a high crime. Going wide in public. Stealing cereal from children. A lot of crimes against children being suggested. Forcing a child to eat beans. Wow, what do you people have against kids? Being too cool. Changing my desktop background. Farting on a cake. Not donating to Coney 2012. Eating all the granola. Requesting shout at a wedding. That is pretty good. Yes, we're going to take requesting shout at a wedding. Now, there's a few songs that are totally played out at weddings. The Cha-Cha Slide. What are some other ones, jurors in the room? Any other cliche wedding songs that we can think of? Macarena. That one is that's fucked. Don't ever do that. But shout is another one. So we are going to bring, or shouting in general at a wedding is also, Cupid Shuffle, My Humps. But requesting shout at a wedding is a high crime here in this jurisdiction, and so this defendant stands accused of that, and we're going to figure out whether or not they're guilty. Let's bring out the defendant. Please take your place at the podium and go ahead and state your name for the record.
Professor William Powers, professor of philosophy at Occidental College.
Your Honor, I object.
And someone is already objecting. Professor Powers, did you honestly and accurately state your name and profession? Because someone's objecting.
No, I mean, that's who I am. That's what I do. I mean, I don't know what you guys want from me. Look, I just came from, I'm just heartbroken right now. I just asked one of my students out, beautiful freshman, and she rejected me, so.
You said beautiful freshman?
A beautiful freshman, don't worry, 18. It's above
Okay,
board. She's a woman.
Still weird.
She's a grown woman, all right? And don't worry.
How old are
we're not
you,
dating.
Professor?
I'm in my 40s.
Okay, all right. Well, look, technically not illegal and technically not what you're on trial for here, but I will say that that's probably
Not illegal, and I'm not on trial. So.
Well, you are on trial, just not for that.
Not for that, because it's not illegal. So.
Right. Okay.
It's not illegal to get your heart broken in America.
No, unfortunately it's not. And we are getting some boos from the juror box. Now, before we move too much further, Mr. Powers, we've already got some visual evidence that we're going to take a look at. Mr. Bailiff, are we prepared to show that?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, let's have a look. Now, Professor Powers, this appears to be... what's the alien's name?
Roger.
Roger from American Dad, but he's got the face of the dad from Wild Thornberries, Nigel Thornberries. So it's Roger and Nigel.
Look. Is it illegal to have a cartoon fetish? To have 6 terabytes of cartoon pornography? Is that illegal?
Got 6 terabytes of cartoon?
I've got, I don't know, 2 terabyte hard drives, 3 of them filled up. Yeah, I got 6 terabytes of cartoon pornography. So sue me. Is that illegal?
It is, again...
Not
technically
illegal.
not illegal.
Let me hear it. Thank you. Thank you.
Do not clap for the defendant. Technically not illegal. Professor Powers.
It's a big technical point to make. Not illegal.
Now, was your freshman? Well, she's not your girlfriend, right? She rejected you.
Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, no, she rejected me.
Did the 6 terabytes of cartoon porn have play into that at all?
I didn't bring it up. You know, you don't bring that up.
Wise decision.
Yeah, I brought some chocolates. I'm not going to bring my hard drives of cartoon pornography to a woman I want to
chocolate box better than 6 terabytes of cartoon porn, for sure.
Yeah. Don't forget, I'm a professor of existential philosophy at Occidental College, so I'm not stupid. I'm not bringing my pornography.
Got it. Okay. Well, that remains to be seen, Professor. Now, it does appear that you stand accused of requesting the song Shout at a wedding. Do you understand the crime that you're accused of?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. And now, can you maybe explain why someone might have thought you did that and perhaps give an explanation for why you didn't?
No, I definitely did that. I mean, Shout is a wonderful wedding song.
Okay, so... These defendants keep admitting the crimes. Look, help me help you. Help me help you. Okay?
Shout is a good song. I mean, I'm sorry. It gets everyone moving. There's a fun part where you get down low to the ground. And then you get back up, and all the kids love it, too. I don't know. It's that or Mambo number 5. I always request Shaggy. Wasn't me, but they won't play that.
And someone is objecting, I think, to the request of Shaggy at a wedding. And we are going to be, I guess, bringing... oof. That's an oof from me. Unfortunately, we do have to do it. We are going to be bringing Woody Allen to the... We are going to be bringing notorious film director Woody Allen to the stand to speak on this matter. But in the meantime, Professor Powers, now, I want to help you here. So maybe you can...
Renee?
What's that?
Can you just talk to Renee and tell her that I'd like to reword what I said in the bathroom?
Renee is the freshman undergrad who you were pursuing romantically.
The grown woman who is mature enough to date a 47-ish-year-old man.
I'm not going to talk to a freshman undergrad and try to get her to hook up with you, dude.
You just tell her I'm a nice guy.
Well, that remains to be seen, Mr. Powers.
You don't have to tell her I want to have sex with her. You could just say he's cool. He listens to They Might Be Giants.
Okay. I'm not here to fill out your Hinge profile, Professor Powers. I'm here to get to the bottom of this case.
Bring it up that I have a vinyl collection of. I have the complete body of work for They Might Be Giants on vinyl.
Now, Mr.
Original
Powers.
pressings.
Mr. Powers, and someone's asking how old is this professor. He said that he was in his mid-40s.
47-ish to 53-ish.
Okay, that is not mid-40s.
It's what might be. I'm on the spectrum of 47 to 53. On the spectrum.
Got it. Okay, now I think we've got disgraced filmmaker Woody Allen on the stand, so we're gonna go ahead and hear from him. Are we ready to bring Mr. Woody Allen in? All right, Mr. Allen, please state your name for the record.
Hi, my name's Woody Allen.
And are you, Mr. Allen, familiar with the defendant?
Yes, we've collaborated on many great movies over the years. And,
you've collaborated on. I wasn't aware.
Bananas.
He was in. This professor was in
He
Bananas.
was in Bananas as a young boy.
Who was he in Bananas?
He was one of the Bananas.
He was one of the Bananas.
Yes, I haven't seen the movie in a long time. I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's part of it.
I see. And Mr. Allen, can you speak maybe to this defendant's proclivity for requesting songs at a wedding?
He was at my wedding to Sun Yi, and
okay, and we're getting a appropriate boo for your wedding to Sun Yi.
And it was a beautiful ceremony. It was in Malibu, if you can believe it, in my place out there. We just did a small wedding at home, but of course, the fine professor was there. He's a close friend. He has been for a long time. Everything was going fine. He was requesting some great songs, I'm sure. I don't remember all of them exactly, but
are there, Mr. Allen, are there any songs that stick out to you in your memory in particular from your wedding?
Well, we must have done the wedding march when we walked down the aisle, I must imagine, as it happens at most weddings.
Or any moments just generally that stick out, like any.
I married. Well, Sun Yi was. I believe she was on break from Vassar College,
Yikes.
and it just sort of happened. It was kind of a whirlwind romance, and I don't know. These things happen, I guess.
You're right. We probably shouldn't get too far into that. Now, Mr. Allen, are there any other statements or any other input that you would like to add to the record before we let you go?
I think my newest movie, Rifkin's Festival, was overlooked.
Okay, this is not a plug section.
I think it was overlooked. I think there were a lot of great performances in it, and I think people should give it another good.
Mr. Allen, things that are relevant to this case, not plugs for your failed movies.
Well, I wouldn't say failed movies.
I'm an
Academy Award winner, Missy.
I'm not a Missy. I'm a judge.
An Academy Award winner.
Judge.
Movies like Bananas.
I remember Bananas. That one was pretty good.
Have you seen Bananas? I haven't watched it in a while.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's one of your better
How's
ones.
it compared to Annie Hall? Better or worse?
It's not as good as Annie Hall, but it's fine.
What is? I mean, it's hard. You make your masterpiece so early in your career, and where do you go from there? Yeah.
All right.
Woody, when you were working with Wallace Shawn, did you have him do the dinosaur voice for Toy Story on set? I would have been able to do that.
It was hard for me. I was polite during shooting, but by the end, I was saying, "Can you please do the dinosaur voice?"
Look, we are not turning this court into the trivia section of IMDb.
Toy Story.
This is supposed to be a court of law, all right? If you have questions for Mr. Allen.
Bored. Of course, I love it.
All right, Mr. Allen, you're free to go. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Professor Powers, we're not finished with you yet. Professor Powers, I'm going to open up the questioning to some of our jurors in the chat in just a moment here, so jurors, feel free to start asking questions. But I have a question for you, Mr. Powers, which is, what is the most recent wedding that you went to, and are there any memorable moments from it besides maybe requesting the music?
Most recent wedding I went to was my nephew Jake's wedding. Who's marrying a wonderful woman named Cassandra. One of the more memorable moments was I proposed to one of the waitresses who was.
You proposed? Oh, come on, Powers.
She said no.
You proposed to one of the waitresses?
Well, I had taught her before, so I knew her. It wasn't like I just proposed to a stranger. There was a history there. I was her professor. We discussed Camus in the as I smoked a Camel's ultralight in the under the Arkansas moonlight.
Wow, you are painting a vivid picture, Professor Powers. Now, we do have some questions here from some of our jurors in the chat. First from juror Scott with too many T's. Do you like feet?
I love feet. I love all 10 toes. If there's 9, I like that. If there's 8, I'll probably that's my cutoff limit.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
that checks out. You being a feet guy.
Yeah, I love them. They're delicious. They look good.
That's very much in character for you.
Absolutely.
We have another question here from juror Abby Sally, who's wondering, are you on TikTok?
I am on TikTok.
Yeah,
I do
I
lots
knew
of
it.
fun dances. I like make hyperpop mixes that I promote on TikTok, and that's how I meet a lot of like students. A lot of my students like to like listen to like hyperpop, and I like to. So that's how I'm getting into hyperpop these days.
I see. Okay, so yeah, this is all really making a lot of sense to me. We do have another question here from Clem Fandango, who's wondering, what are your office hours and what happens? And I'll extend that question to what typically happens in your office hours.
I'm always available 24/7. You can email me. You can shoot me a text. I give out my number in the syllabus. But my office hours are 10 to 5, 6 if it's busy. And what happens in there is a lot of, I'll be talking to students, give them advice on their, futures, and I'll also masturbate to pornography, cartoon pornography. Betty.
Okay, and I think that answers.
Wilma
I think that
and Fred
answers
and
a question
Barney.
currently on the stage, which is, have you ever done anything inappropriate? I would say masturbating to cartoon pornography during your professorial office hours qualifies as inappropriate. Now,
Is that inappropriate? Is that inappropriate?
It is extremely inappropriate.
Yeah,
now
not
we
in front of anyone. It's by myself in my office with shades drawn. How is that inappropriate? I'm a grown man. I'm not allowed to watch Barney have sex with Wilma.
You're allowed to
Fred's
do it.
back.
It's just gross and weird. It's just weird. Now, I
That's
have
not
one
a
other
crime.
question from a juror, and I want to get to it before it disappears. Do these lyrics speak to you when you used to be 9 years old? Shoo doo wop 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 wop. Yeah, I was a fool for you from the bottom of my soul. Yeah. Do those lyrics speak to you in any meaningful way?
Yeah, it's about being attracted to a 9-year-old, and I totally understand that.
Okay, all right. That was supposed to be a softball, Powers.
Oh.
That was supposed to be, I was trying to
I
lob
was
one up to
9
you.
once. I was 9 once.
You're
of course, when you're
47 to 53 years old now,
Yes, I'm on
Powers.
that spectrum. That is true. Now, I'm not. The question wasn't, am I attracted to 9-year-olds now as a person on the spectrum of 47 to 53? The question was, do those lyrics speak to me? And yes, I was once a 9-year-old.
Okay. All right. I feel like we've pretty much figured out what this guy's whole deal is. Jurors in the chat.
Do you? You think you got my whole deal figured out?
It feels like it. It feels like it to me. I'll let our jurors decide whether or not. Were you once a PewDiePie fan, Professor Powers?
PewDiePie the vlogger? Yeah.
Okay. Man, you just keep... It's just like I'm lobbing them up and they're just going right past you.
I'm just being honest. It's illegal to lie, right?
Yes,
Under
that
oath?
is
Yes.
perjury. I mean,
all right. Well,
okay,
just following
but,
the law, you
plead
should
the
appreciate
fifth.
that.
I do. You're right.
You
you're
of all
right.
people
I
should be
just,
like, thank you for following the law.
Yes, thank you for following the law. Now, all right, we're going to go ahead and get a poll up here in a moment so that our jurors can vote on your guilt. But Mr. Powers, I do want to, unfortunately, give you an opportunity to make a closing statement that may sway the jurors if they're not in your favor. Go ahead now, while we prepare this poll, make your statement.
Shout is a wonderful wedding song. It gets people moving. It has a fun hook. It's classic. It was in Animal House. For God's sake, we all love Shout. Why is that song illegal? But we're allowed to play Mambo number 5. We're allowed to play We Were Merely Freshmen. We're allowed to play The Electric Slide. And also, you should be allowed to date whoever you want, no.
I would not throw that into your closing statement. Look, you're allowed to. I'm just trying to help you, Mr. Powers. That's not going to help your case.
Ooh.
And the votes are coming in, and this is a surprisingly
Ooh,
more
69.
divisive
Let's go back
chat.
to 69.
This is a more divisive chat than poll than I was anticipating. I was thinking this one was going to be a runaway, and it pretty much is. But
now it is, yeah.
We've got some holdouts
Counting
here.
those mail-in ballots, I see.
Okay, you're like a election truther too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is all feeling like it's all kind of.
Yeah. This is rigged. This is fake news. Yeah, I'm not guilty.
Okay, let's close out that poll. And no matter what you have to say on the matter, Mr. Powers, The people have spoken, and they have decided. You're guilty.
Talk about no exit, right, Professor?
Yeah, good. Excellent reference. Yes, absolutely. Hell's other people, motherfuckers.
All right. Now, please, have some decorum, Mr. Powers. Listen, although you're guilty of the crime and you will be punished, I hope that as a professor, you can understand this as a learning experience.
I've learned nothing, and I'm not going to change.
Okay, well, with that in mind, jurors, let's go ahead and suggest a punishment for this guilty criminal. So go ahead in the chat and start suggesting punishments that you believe are fit for someone who requested shout at a chastity cage. Interesting. Permanently bent penis. Okay, those things kind of go hand in hand. 5 years of community college. I'm wondering if that as a student or as a professor. Sentenced to marriage to a peer of his proper age level. I feel like that's more of a punishment for whoever has to marry this guy, to be totally honest. 50 dates with middle-aged women. Again, it feels like now we're just punishing these poor innocent women. Punishment is to run a daycare for 3 years. That one is that now. Okay, careful because you're going to be on trial, BM Will. I'm thinking I liked the chastity cage, which feels more like powerful than a chastity belt, which I think is just something worn. Chastity cage seems like you have to be in some sort of cell that prevents you from fucking, which to me feels like a good solution for this kind of guy. So we're gonna go ahead and sentence this guy to, let's say, 9 months in the chastity cage. Professor Powers, I hope that you learn from this, even though you've explicitly said that you won't, and that you will refrain from pursuing relationships with your students, as well as suggesting shout at weddings.
Nah, it's not going to happen at all.
Okay, you're free to go.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Take care, Professor Powers. It is so ordered. We got one, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It is so ordered.
It is so ordered.
So ordered.
Folks, this is Twitch Court. I am the Honorable Judge Learned Hand, and I'm presiding over tonight's proceedings. But ultimately, it is you, the viewers, in the jury box who decide whether or not these defendants are guilty or not guilty. We just lock that guy up in a cage that prevents him from having sex for 9 months for requesting shout at a wedding. So really anything is possible tonight. If you're just joining us, obviously you can vote in polls to determine the guilt of some of these defendants, but there's also ways that you can affect the proceedings while they're happening. You can join our Discord. There's a link in the panels down below, and someone's going to write it in the chat, !Discord. Click that link, join the Everything Now Show Discord, and submit images. We might use them to figure out what's going on in these trials. Here's an image that we just used. This is Nigel Thornberry's face on Roger from American Dad. And I guess the last defendant would like jerk off to this in his office sometimes. That, although not relevant to the case, was very interesting. So go ahead and submit images. We might use them on the stream. You can only do that by joining the Everything Now Show Discord. You can also bring a witness to the stand if you'd like. By paying $5, you can request someone to come to the witness stand. For some reason, last time we brought disgraced filmmaker Woody Allen to the stand. He didn't really have much to say other than he wanted to plug his movie and talk about his wedding to a child bride. But sometimes it's useful. Sometimes it can be really helpful to the case. So for $5, you can request a celebrity, a fictional character, anybody. Just pay $5. Let us know who you want to put on the stand. We'll put them over there and we'll talk to them. And of course, by subscribing to during tonight's show, you can submit written testimony. We've only had one bit of written testimony so far tonight. This is a particularly impactful way to submit evidence. So I encourage you, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Everything Now Show. Submit some written testimony. This is what we saw last time. It was this novel about some kind of weird, some sort of like fan fiction about SpongeBob. But it could be anything. It could be whatever you want. So just subscribe, write what you want to submit in the chat, and we'll put it on the graphic and show it on stream. Anyway, that's how it works. The next order of business here is I want to see the judge's mother as a witness, says Scott with too many T's. Well, for $5, we will bring my mom in. I would really rather we not. I would really prefer we not bring my mom in, but for $5, I will bring my own mother to the witness stand. Now, the next thing we need to do is figure out, and thank you so much for the follow, Jellyfish. If you wouldn't mind, chat, please submit some crimes so we can figure out what this next defendant stands accused of. Go ahead and start submitting crimes in the chat, and we will figure out what this defendant is accused of. Loves canned spinach. I don't think I've ever heard of canned spinach. I guess like cream of spinach. Licking doorknobs. Falling asleep during surgery. Coveting thy neighbor's wife. Feeding children ants on a log, but actual ants on a log, not celery with peanut butter and raisins. Farting while laughing. Drinks the water in canned corn. Ugh. Holding in a burp. Kissing the judge's mother. No, that is illegal, but I don't want to talk to that guy. That's gross. Being not poggers. Being a little sweetie. Stealing my dog's poop. Popeye would eat canned spinach. Yes, I remember that now. Creaming their spinach. Fake sneezing loudly. Giving paper cuts to old people. What is with all these requests for giving paper cuts to people? Drinking from the urinal. Ugh. Not liking dogs. That is a high crime. Eating pizza backwards. Ooh, like crust first? That is pretty fucked up. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. We're gonna take that from Slap a Zombie. Thank you, Slap a Zombie, for reminding me what this next defendant stands accused of. It is, of course, eating pizza backwards, crust first. How do you even hold it? You're holding it with the like saucy cheesy part at the pointy end? Dastardly and disgraceful. However, we don't know if this next defendant actually committed that crime. That's what we're here to figure out right now. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this defendant. Defendant, please state your name for the record.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Bussin Powers. I'm Gen Z Austin Powers, y'all.
Are you Bussin Powers? I don't think our bailiff has ever heard that term.
Bussin Powers, y'all.
You're not bustin'.
Not bustin' Powers.
You're bussin' Powers.
Nah, son, for real. I'm bussin' Powers, y'all.
You're Gen Z Austin Powers.
Yeah, Gen Z Austin Powers, y'all.
Oh
we
my
gave
God.
him an update.
You know, coincidentally, Mr. Powers, our last defendant's name was also Powers.
Yeah, I realized that too late and already given the information to the bailiff, y'all.
Okay, that's fine. It's not like a big deal. I just thought it was interesting, serendipity. Now,
Are you doing Soul Bossa Nova for yourself? Or now Soul Bossa Nova?
You're vaping?
But then instead of at the downbeats, I vape.
Wow.
Sick, Judge.
Bussin' Powers, y'all.
That's really something. That is really, really something. Well, Bussin' Powers, do you understand that the crime that you stand accused of today?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
I ate pizza the opposite way like I saw on TikTok.
God damn it, stop admitting to the crime.
Oh.
Stop admitting. I want to help you people. I'm just like, it's softball after softball. Just say like, no, it wasn't me. Mistaken identity. It's easy to think that, but here's a reason why I didn't. Stop saying I did it.
Whatever, y'all. I had to do it for the talk. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I think we did get a request to bring a witness to the stand. Bailiff, did you catch who that was?
Yeah, that was Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs.
Okay, we're gonna get.
It'd be kind of tricky.
That one's gonna be tough, but we will make it work.
I never heard of that movie because I'm too young.
Right, you're like what, like 17 or something?
17 years old, y'all. I'm Bussin' Powers.
All right. Well, I think we
For
do
real.
have. I think we have Pizza the Hut about to take the stand. Bussin' Powers, do you know? You just said that you've never seen the movie.
Never seen it.
Okay, well, this ought to be interesting then. Mr. Pizza the Hut, please state your name for the record.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, give me the good pizza.
Just like the movie.
It's just like the movie, Judge.
It's just like the movie.
I love good pizza. Yum, 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 yum.
That's Pizza the Hut?
Yeah, I'm like Jabba the Hutt, but it's a Mel Brooks movie. You know, someone's dad's watching apparently. Give me all that pizza.
All right. Well, Pizza the Hut. Are you familiar with this defendant, Bussin Powers?
Yeah. I know Bussin Powers. He likes to stop by the cave and eat some pizza every now and then.
Oh, interesting. Okay, because just a moment ago, Bussin Powers said he never met you, so I want to make sure he's not perjuring himself. Bussin Powers.
Oh, did he say that?
He did
Never
say
met
that.
him, actually, now that I think about it. Pizza.
Do you maybe have him confused with Austin Powers?
Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I have him confused with Austin Powers. Absolutely. Yes. Pizza. I love it.
Got it. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and assume that you guys haven't met, so maybe the more valuable testimony that you can provide with us, Mr. Hutt, is...
Yeah, I never met him.
Is your personal opinion as an expert witness on the crime of eating pizza backwards, crust first. Do you have an opinion on that?
Yes. Disrespectful slobs that don't care about themselves eat pizza backwards. It's an uncivilized method of eating pizza.
I agree. And if you were to witness somebody eating pizza the wrong way, crust first, what do you think should happen to someone like that?
I believe death by hanging.
Okay, all right, wow, that's okay. That's maybe a little bit more extreme than I would have. I would have said like maybe I don't know, like go to like a class to learn how to eat pizza right or something.
No. On a.
And someone is objecting to my suggestion. It sounds like they think that that person should be killed. Okay. Well, Pizza the Hut, are there any other things you'd like to add to your testimony for the record before we let you go?
No, thanks for watching Spaceballs. Keep it alive. I get royalties every time.
You're still getting royalties from that?
Absolutely, yeah.
What does that look like? Like, what are we bringing in monthly for that?
We're bringing in enough for DiGiorno, like 6 DiGiornos.
Oh, so you're using it to buy pizza. Well, that, I'm sure, warms the heart of some loyal fans.
Absolutely.
All right, well, Mr. Hutt, thank you so much for your testimony. You're free to go.
Thank you so much.
I think we do have some visual evidence that we're going to be showing in just a moment here, Bussin Powers. But Bussin, I'd like to actually, let's go ahead and show that visual evidence, and then we'll get your opinion on it, Mr. Powers. Whoops, that is not what I meant to show. Let's have a look at this. Okay, this appears to be a Ben Garrison comic where a cum car is saying that a piss car will never be a real car. And it's labeled the transitioning. So I'm sure you have some strong opinions on this, Bussin Powers.
Nah, that shit's whack, yo. I hate that.
That's whack. Because you support trans rights as a Gen Z Austin Powers.
I love trans rights, and you know I learned everything I know from mental health TikTok. I didn't go to high school.
You didn't go to high school?
Nope, I learned it all from mental health TikTok, y'all.
I see. And so, I guess, do you have anything more to say about the cum car and piss car comic?
Yeah, me and Billie Eilish went to the Grammys together. It was crazy.
Okay, I'm not sure how that's related to the cum and piss car. But fair enough. Now, Bussin Powers.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you another opportunity to defend yourself because I think maybe you misunderstood what's happening here. Now, you're accused of eating pizza the wrong way, and so I want to lead into this by first saying, how often is it that you eat pizza, and what are some of the foods that you enjoy eating on a regular basis?
Shit, I love Yoplait yogurts, Snickers bars, freaking hanging out with my boys at the beach, just kicking back White Claws. My life feels like a movie for real.
Okay, that did not answer either of the questions. It kind of answered one of them, but how often are you eating pizza, Bussin Powers?
Oh, I've had it once or twice, but I kind of, I stick to my ride or dies, yo. Yoplait yogurts, Snickers bars, kicking White Claws back at the beach with my boys.
Okay, and you're doing the Austin Powers song again. Now,
Soul Bossa Nova, Judge.
Soul Bossa Nova, yes.
Soul
Quincy
Bossa Nova.
Jones. And I think we are going to get the Noid from the Domino's Pizza commercial, who I think is just like a monster that wears all red, right? He's like a red guy.
We got something for that.
We do have something for that.
Yeah, a full red morph suit, I think.
I think there's a full red morph suit.
No idea who this is.
Don't know what that means, and I'm going to pretend I didn't say it, but we're going to get the Noid out here. It's here. Bailiff, can you help the Noid figure out how to get into the courtroom?
It's my honor. I love the Noid.
Okay, and in the meantime, Bussin Powers, I want to get into your food eating habits beyond the realm of pizza. Now, you mentioned that you like eating Yoplait yogurt and Snickers. Now, when you're eating those foods, how do you generally eat those foods?
With a spoon.
You eat, well, the yogurt, sure, but the Snickers?
Yeah, mash up into a bowl and eat it lick by lick up with a spoon.
You eat a Snickers bar lick by lick?
Yes, sir.
With a
I saw it
spoon.
on a TikTok. It's this crazy way where you get to enjoy the nougat and the caramel and the peanuts together. That's Snickers. Da-na-na-na-na.
Oh my god, I just saw the Noid walk in. Oh, he does not look like how I remember him. He must have been in some horrible accident, but we're going to go to him right now because it seems that his time on this earth may be short. Mr. Noid, are you sure you're fit to testify? Are you okay? What happened to you? You can duck down a little bit. Your head is getting chopped off. There we go. What happened to you, Noid? Come down a little bit. There you go.
Speak up, Noid.
I saw a man eat his pizza backwards. That's what happened.
You saw this man eat the pizza backwards?
It ruined me.
It ruined. Wait, that's what happened? He ate pizza backwards and it did this?
It ruined me.
Fucking monster.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I don't want to press too much further into this clearly traumatic experience, but could you maybe tell us, like, what happened? Are you, like, feeling yourself up?
I wanted to kind of ask the Noid why they kept feeling.
Doesn't that hurt? Doesn't it hurt rubbing your raw, exposed musculature?
It's the only way I can comfort myself after what I've seen.
And what is it that you saw, the Noid?
I saw this man eat his pizza backwards.
That is pretty damning. Now, could you maybe give us some more details about the scenario? Like, where were you? When did this happen?
I was watching him.
Right?
As I do. From afar, because I always knew this guy was off.
So you've been stalking Bussin Powers, waiting for him.
I've been waiting to take Bussin Powers down.
I see. And where was it that the incident actually occurred?
Right on his lawn.
He was in his. Wow, that's very bold to break the law standing in his own front lawn.
But I'm here today to bring this man to justice.
I see. Well, hopefully we can vindicate you, the Noid. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to the record while you're here?
Please, you, the jury, take this man down.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, the Noid. We're gonna let you get back to like applying ointment or whatever it is that you have to do to survive. Jesus, that was harrowing. I think while that was happening, we did get a request for another witness. Bailiff, did you catch who that was?
Let's take a look.
All right, we're gonna look for that. Now, in the meantime, Bussin Powers.
Wow, this is crazy. Okay.
Who was it?
Maya Jewel, Bussin Powers' partner.
Maya Jewel.
Maya Jewel.
Oh, right. I get it. I got
Whether or
it.
not this is a romantic partner or a partner in crime, so to speak.
No, I think it's supposed to be a It's like from the movies, like how it's.
Oh shit! Like Pussy Galore.
Yes, Pussy Galore. I need a vagina or whatever.
Yeah, very funny naked guy.
Yes. So it's Maya Jewel. Okay, so we're gonna bring Maya Jewel to the stand. Bussin Powers, really quick, I want to give you a chance to respond to the very damning allegations submitted. And someone is objecting to, I'm not sure what, maybe my giving an opportunity to Bussin Powers. Now, I'm going to overrule that objection because Bussin does need an opportunity to respond to the damning testimony of the Noid, saying that he witnessed Bussin Powers eating the pizza backwards on his own front lawn. And also, large bastard. We don't say fat. We don't fat shame in this court. We're also going to bring large bastard to the stand. But first, we got to hear from Maya Jewel. And before that, we got to hear from Bussin Powers' response.
Oops, I turned the Noid inside out by eating my pizza backwards.
Okay, stop admitting. Stop saying I did it. Did you talk to a lawyer or anything before this? You're not supposed to just say, yeah, I did it. Oopsie. No, like you're supposed to have a defense.
I learned about it online.
Okay, did you watch like a TikTok?
Yeah, I went on. You know those TikToks where a guy is like, "Know your rights. When you get pulled over by the police, you don't have to say anything," and then shows a crazy ass video where they're just like really confrontational and make the situation seemingly way worse with how weird they're acting.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to get in trouble with the law so they can prove a point.
Yeah, so I'm like doing that shit.
Okay, all right. Well, I would recommend against that.
Hey, can I say one thing?
I guess.
I met Lil Nas X at a Chuck E. Cheese.
You met Lil Nas X at a Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes, sir. Chuck E. Millennials killed the chain restaurant, but Gen Z brought it back, y'all.
Wow, so Gen Z is bringing back fast casual arcade restaurants like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, sir. Dave & Buster's be the hot spot for us Gen Z kids.
Wow, I never would have guessed. I thought like you guys were all like iPad kids and didn't have an appreciation for like arcade cabinets.
No. We were iPad kids. That's why we only feel comfortable in spaces where there's more screens than people, y'all.
Okay, I guess that does make sense. All right, now I think we're gonna bring in. Yes, please take the stage, Maya Vape. Now, I mean the stand. We do have
Maya Jewel.
Maya Jewel, thank you.
You're
thank
welcome.
you. We do have Maya Jewel at the stand. Maya, please state your name for the record.
Yeah, I'm Maya Jewel. Okay,
Everyone's doing their own theme song tonight.
It's also Bussin Nova, Judge.
I know. It's Bussin Nova.
Don't forget it's Bussin Nova, Judge, Your Honor.
All right, now, Maya, I take it that you are familiar with our defendant, Bussin Powers.
Yeah, I'm real familiar.
And can you maybe describe your relation with him?
Yeah, you know what? We started off as TikTok partners, but now we're just a little bit more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you were TikTok partners.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
elaborate on what that means?
You know, we just be like collaborating together as artists, and it's really dope because it's brought a lot of new opportunities for both of us. Yeah. Not even just as creators, but as lovers. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not really sure I do know. What type of content do you make on TikTok?
You know what? You listen. I can't tell you. You just gotta get on there and see. Follow me.
Okay, well, now you certainly have piqued my interest. It seems that you have a knack for
Whoa,
online marketing.
Okay, are you trying to flirt with me in front of my boyfriend?
No, that is. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on
Bussy,
here.
you just gonna sit there and let him talk to me like that?
You better not start flirting with my girl, y'all. I'm gonna pop on you.
All right, do not
You
threaten
better
me. I'm
watch
the
out.
judge.
He's gonna pop on you,
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Gonna pop on you, Judge.
Nobody
Yes,
should
sir.
be popping on anybody. Please do not pop on me or anybody in this room.
Yes, sir. I got a bunch of tasers I got from a TikTok ad, and I'm not scared to use them.
Okay, bailiff, please stop letting people bring weapons into the court.
Listen,
It's
we're
a
pop.
looking taser, Judge.
Someone
We're gonna
brought-
pop on the bailiff too. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir.
No one is popping on anything. Bailiff,
They might pop on me, Judge.
you
What
let
happened?
a FAMAS
Listen, this
rifle
is
on a
America.
handgun?
I'll pop on anybody I want to pop on to if it gets me going viral.
All right, this is what's wrong with the kids these days, folks. Now, listen, you're not on trial for making bad TikTok content. You're not even technically on trial for bringing in multiple tasers into an active courtroom, although you should not have done that. And really, our bailiff should have stopped you at the door when you tried to do that. Now, Maya Jewel, can you please speak to the crime, the relevant crime that we're here to hear, which is eating pizza crust backwards? Have you ever seen your boyfriend do that, or know, or maybe have an alibi for why he couldn't have done that?
You know what? Listen, one day somebody had to even come up with pizza, and you know what? Probably everybody else was like, "Burn him! He's a witch." And then you know what? Who decided? Who even decided which way you have to eat pizza? Those bitches in New York be eating it folded, and nobody's calling them out. Okay, okay. So I don't see what's so wrong with eating it backwards or whatever your idea of backwards is, okay? And you know what? He's just out here trying to create content. You gotta let this man live, okay? Because you don't even know this man's a genius. He's a genius. Okay?
And that's getting a huge pop from the jury.
He is a genius. He is the Gen Z Bussin Powers, okay? Ain't nobody could have ever even thought of that. And you're out here putting this man on trial for being a genius, okay? He's the next Einstein.
I'm Einstein, y'all.
Okay. Thank you, Maya Jewel. You're free to go. Thank you for that testimony.
Yeah, follow me on TikTok, boy.
Let's go.
Follow Maya on TikTok.
That was Maya, y'all. If you like my shit, you're gonna love hers. We climbing every day, y'all, and we live together too.
Okay. That was a very compelling speech. It has not been lost on me that almost every defendant here tonight has chosen to make their defense, I did the thing, but it should be legal, like just trying to change the law, which I guess is a strategy. It's not a particularly effective one, generally speaking, but of course it's not up to me, it's up to our jurors. So we'll have to see how effective they find that defense. And what are you doing, Bussin Powers?
Doing one of my dances, y'all.
Is this
You
like
go get him, baby.
Is this like the kind of content you do on TikTok?
Some of it. I also do product reviews of meal box kits.
Meal box kits. Now,
Yeah.
is pizza one of those meal boxes?
I mean, if you can make it at home in your oven, I probably reviewed a recipe for it.
I see. Okay, well, I don't want to forget about the next witness that we have to bring to the stand, which is, of course, Large Bastard. And then we've got, I see some visual evidence that we're going to be taking a look at. So I think we're going to go to Large Bastard first, and then we'll take a look at the visual evidence. So, Mr. Bastard, if you wouldn't mind stating your name for the record.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da.
Okay, yes.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Bossa Nova,
That's
yes.
good. What's good? What's the move? What's the move? It's Large
Please
Bastard.
state your name. That's the move.
Yo!
Large Bastard.
Yo!
LB, Large Bastard
Let's
in the house.
go!
How you doing?
And you're like the
What's
Gen
good? What's
Z
the move?
version of Fat Bastard?
I'm fit. I'm
Yeah, you're
fit
ripped.
bastard,
Yo!
yeah.
Is that
I'm
what it's
large.
like?
I'm large and in charge.
Let's
Just down
go!
south. You know what I'm saying? It's just downstairs where I'm large. It's not like I'm
Oh, okay.
fat,
So
yeah.
for the Gen Z version of Large Bastard, it's just his dick.
Just down there, baby. It's just
y'all.
down there.
He got the fat cock,
It's
y'all!
big and fat. It's wide. It's wide. Big circumference, not much length. We're talking about 2.5 to 3 lengthwise, but the circumference is thick and sick, and you gotta love it.
And that's all right.
And that's all right. There's
That's
no
all right
judgment.
now.
No judgment. No one ever judges.
Okay. Mr. Bastard,
What's up? What's good? What's the move?
you were called here today because you may have some valuable testimony related to our defendant.
May not. May not. I don't know.
Well,
It's in
I
May,
really
it's in
hope you
April.
do. That was
I
the
don't
whole
know. I
reason we
just
brought
love
you here.
spring.
Now, we brought you here to, first of all, can you describe your relationship to the defendant, Bussin Powers?
Oh, tight as hell. Tight as hell.
You guys are tight as hell.
Absolutely.
Can you expand on that relationship? How did you meet?
How did we meet? We met at a Bumble orgy.
A Bumble orgy?
Yeah, it was a Bumble group chat. It was a Bumble group chat that, I think a sexy AI bot started, but plenty of humans got glommed on, and we met up in a park.
And the sexy AI boss showed up too. She looked like one of the security robots they got at the grocery store.
Ooh.
Set with holes in it for fucking.
Oh my god. Yeah, she was a big silver rectangle that went around on wheels, but had
Yes,
plenty
sir.
of holes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you guys met at a sex party through the app.
At a borgy.
Right. Is that what it's called?
A borgy, yeah.
Bumble orgy. Borgy will be
Orgy.
the term.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
hell yeah.
So you guys met there, and now I'm not sure if you're aware, Mr. Bastard, but your friend here, your cohort, and we are going to bring Bitcoinmember, who is. That's good. That one I really like.
That really got me, John. That shit really got me.
That is a winner. That one's really good. We are going really quick. Mr. Bastard, and Bussin. Could you try to stay in one place? Because every time you move around, it puts me in soft focus.
Yeah, I got you, y'all.
Thank you.
I know about that because I'm always filming myself. I'm working on a couple projects.
Look, we're all content creators out here. Now,
content's king. Content's king.
Content is for sure king. Now, Mr. Bastard, really quick, and then we do have to get Bitcoinmember out here. Can you
got
please?
some evidence too, Joe.
And we've got evidence. We got a lot of shit to cover here, so I don't want to keep you for too long, Mr. Bastard. But do you have any testimony related to eating pizza, and more specifically, eating pizza the wrong way?
This motherfucker eats it backwards the wrong way.
Okay, all right. Well, god damn it. Just damning evidence after damning evidence. Mr. Bastard, is there any other testimony that you'd like to contribute before we let you go?
Take your supplements, say your prayers.
Take your supplements. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen. All right, you're free to go, Mr. Bastard. Take your supplements, say your prayers. Compelling testimony from large bastard. Now that is a second witness that we brought to the stand, Bussin Powers, who has affirmatively confirmed that you did in fact eat your pizza backwards. What do you have to say to that?
He's crazy, dude. He's wild for that one. Like, I don't even know what that crazy MFer's gonna say. That's why he rolls with me, though. That's why he's showing up in the videos. Cause like, I gotta have inquisitive. I'm always trying to surround myself with like inquisitive minds. You know, I'm looking for people to round out my posse. Cause like, I'm focused on the future, but I need people looking around as well.
For sure, no doubt. Okay, well, I think we're just about ready to bring Bitcoinmember to the witness stand. But before we do, I know we have some visual evidence that we need to take a look at. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. This appears to be
crazy.
A gif of a skeleton, I guess, seemingly burning in agony in the fiery pits of hell. So
Yeah.
do you have anything that you'd like to add to that?
Well, you know, as a Catholic, I'm pretty scared of hell, but
It's the Noid. Oh no.
It's the Noid?
I'm hearing from one of our jurors that may have been what happened to the Noid after they left the juror box.
That's so sad. That little dude was crazy.
Okay, so thank you for that, and thank you to whoever submitted that valuable evidence. We do now have, I think, Bitcoinmember on the witness stand. So Bitcoinmember, if you wouldn't mind, please state your name for the record.
Yeah, I'm Bitcoinmember. What else?
I guess my next question would be, what is your relation to the defendant?
Yeah, we used to work together, partners or whatever.
You were partners. Okay, so were you also part of this sort of like artistic TikTok collective or in some other capacity?
You know, I didn't like the direction it was going, so I chose to step out.
Ah, okay. You went independent. Was there some sort of animosity between you? Was it sort of an acrimonious split?
Yeah, I didn't like some of the shit he was doing for views. I feel like Bussin Powers is a real sellout.
Oops.
Okay, can you expand on what you mean by that? What was the type of content he was producing that you did not
Well,
feel
I don't
was...
like all this HelloFresh BS that he's doing because he don't even eat none of that shit. So it's like, why you doing stuff you don't even believe and you're trying to sell it to all these people and they're gonna go waste their money for something you don't even believe in, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting. So you're saying that Bussin Powers was alluding to the idea that he was eating the HelloFresh meals when in actuality he was eating something else. What was he eating?
I mean, do I even have to say it?
I would like for you to, because that's how we establish the record. I'm sorry, is there like an inside joke that I missed?
You know what? On second thought, there's no hard feelings between me and my man Bussin Powers. I respect him and he's doing what he's gotta do to stay afloat. Even if he's eating pizza the wrong way, you know what I mean?
Okay, God, we almost made it through a witness.
Can I say something
We
to
almost
Bitcoin,
made it through
y'all?
a witness. Yes, you can say something
It
to
better
Bitcoin.
be an apology.
Look, That was crazy. I didn't know what was gonna happen next. I was taking so much Adderall every day, I wasn't sure who is my friend and who is my parent or not.
He was on that Addy, Judge.
But you've been knowing me, okay? How long I know you, Bussin?
Damn, since we was like in 8th grade.
Yeah, since we was in like 8th grade,
and
okay?
now I'm in 11th.
Yeah, and you know what?
And
All
someone
those
is
times-
objecting. Someone is objecting. I just want to let it be known.
You're gonna object to true friendship between ride or dies? Maybe I'll object you, bro.
Yeah, maybe you ain't even got no real friends.
Damn.
I can't tell if you guys are cool or not.
We're
It seems
cool.
like
Listen, I think we have a lot that we do need to work through as friendships, and like there was a trust there that was broken.
Yes.
That we're gonna have to work on rebuilding. But I need you to know that like I'm loyal, okay?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I respect you and I love you.
Yes.
Because you're like my brother, honestly.
Yes, and like, we're Gen Z, so we're not scared to talk about our feelings,
Yeah,
y'all.
and do you even remember what I did for you in Valentine's Day?
Of course I
In
do.
8th grade when nobody gave you a card.
Of course
and you
I
were
do.
left by yourself.
What-
And who gave you a card? Me. Because
You
you know
did.
what? I was like, this kid's gonna be somebody one day. And I saw it. And you know what? It's okay that he ate that pizza backwards. I don't think...
Okay.
Who cares?
Yeah,
I was really
who
becoming
cares?
moved by this
Because
story.
you know what?
Who
You know
gives a
what?
shit?
How you eat your pizza is just like a matter of perspective. I could be
Yes.
eating it from the cheese
No,
first.
it's a law. It's a
And-
law.
Preach,
God damn it,
preach.
it's the law.
Yeah, but
Girl.
like law is just subjective, you know?
Yes,
Like, okay,
yes.
it's all about your introspection and like how you are perceiving things and how you are
Yes.
perceived. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
I have no fucking idea what you people are talking
That's
about.
because
What are
you-
you saying? You've talked for like 20 minutes now and you've said nothing.
Dude, fucking
Except
bull-
you've admitted to the crime,
Bro.
which I'm trying to advise you. I'm trying to help. I'm not even supposed to do that. I'm
Dude,
supposed to be an
Bussin.
impartial judge. But I see
Grandpa
some
needs a
kids
nap,
in
though.
front of me. I see
Grandpa
some
needs a nap, though.
young, innocent kids who maybe made a wrong decision, and I'm
Oh
trying
my
to do
God.
everything that I can to just give them the tools
Oh my
to
God,
let this
dude.
mistake in their life
Your
pass.
vibe is
Oh my
not cool.
God,
This
bro.
vibe is bumming me
Oh
out.
my
And honestly,
God.
like you have big boomer energy, and
For
I don't know what
real.
you.
What the
fucking
fuck
do.
does that mean?
For real.
What the fuck does that mean? Big
Bro,
boomer energy. I'm
Hillary
not even a
Clinton
boomer. This isn't
looking
even my
ass.
real hair. I'm
Listen,
like 28. I'm
don't
not
like-
a boomer.
I don't like the way you're speaking to me, okay?
Boy.
I am here on my day off when I could be creating content and feeding the algorithm some real good shit right
Yes,
now.
sir.
And
Judge,
instead,
you-
I'm over here and you're being a fucking big old downer. You know what I mean? With your boomer energy. Like, do
Just
you.
low key, you're killing the vibe right now.
Yeah, thank you, bailiff. Okay,
cannot.
somebody gets it. Can we get the bailiff out here
Please.
instead?
No, we cannot get the bailiff out
Please,
here.
y'all, can she be
Dude, the
judge?
bailiff's sick as fuck.
Oh
Am I
my
right?
God.
Bailiff is sick
Nobody's
as fuck.
turning up. We're not turning up. We're not turning up.
Do you think we have time to
we're
film
turning
like a
down
TikTok
for
dance?
justice? No, we do not have time to film a TikTok dance.
TikTok day. There we go.
Folks, that's our show.
That was the Everything Now show, everybody.
It's the Everything Now Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We are the Everything Now Show, or we're two parts of the Everything Now Show. There's more of us who couldn't be here
We're
tonight.
at 50%, which is kind of, is that a quorum? Is it over 50%? It's tough with 4 people to know. But,
It's
hey,
something.
if you liked the show, we do it like more than just this one time.
That's
we do
true.
We do it on Mondays, we do it on Thursdays, and we do it on Saturdays. On Mondays and Thursdays, we do it from 7 to 9. On Saturdays, it's from 6 to 8.
That's right. So if you had fun tonight, come on back Monday night for a brand new episode. And it's not always the court. It's a bunch of different stuff. It'll be a brand new format. It will be a brand new format.
Oh,
I
brand
think.
new.
So
brand
new
spanking new.
even to
Freshly
longtime
minted.
viewers. A fresh new format. So make sure you don't miss Monday's show. But you can follow us here to get updates on when we go live. You can also follow the Discord. I said it a million times during the show, but joining the Everything Now Show Discord really is the best way to stay up to date on what's going on with the Everything Now Show. Thank you so much, Troy Division. Join the Discord. You can submit images. All of our formats have image submission games, so that's the only way you can participate in those is by joining the Discord. You'll also get updates on like when we go live and when we're announcing things for the show. It's a great way to stay involved. We also have an Instagram where we post highlights from tonight's show. So if there are funny moments that you want to be able to share with your friends or whatever, watch again, or follow us on Instagram. We post highlights there. We also post like reels and shit there. Twitter, we're on TikTok. We got a YouTube page. All the videos go up in full on our YouTube page. So if you ever miss an Everything Now show, you can go back and watch the VOD. And of course, we couldn't do this show alone. We have wonderful guests come on every episode, and tonight is no different, so let's bring them out. It's Luke, Andrew, and Adoria. Come stand on the stage underneath the little sign and do a pose for the Instagram post. Beautiful. Excellent, we got it.
They gave the classic thumbs up.
They gave the classic. Everyone upstairs. Here, step forward so you're not getting blown out by our lights. Folks, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If there's anything that you want to tell the people at home about, anything that you want to plug or just like talk about right now, go ahead and do it. I'm going to type in the command that posts your Instagram handles. Well, Luke, we have your Twitch account in there, but the rest of you, we have your Instagram handles. So I'll post that, but go ahead, pick someone to go first and let them know what they got to know.
Singles Motel is an improv show. We have one on the 24th, I think, at the Elysian.
Oh yeah, go see that.
My Twitch stream, which I do a college show on Twitch, and I'm doing it tomorrow night, so follow away. And also, on the off chance you live in New York City, I'm doing a show with my sketch group there in 2 weeks, and I really need to sell some tickets. So look up the Shrimp Boys at Littlefield, Brooklyn. Please, 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 please. You've seen the Shrimp Boys on the show before. You love them, you know them, the three naughty animal brothers from the last time we were on. You know you want to see them live. Thank you.
If they don't sell enough tickets, they will be executed.
Yes.
In the courtyard outside 30 Rock.
Yep.
I forgot to put the Luke Band in the plugs.
That's okay.
No matter, I'm doing it here. The Luke Band is playing Roblox.
I was playing Roblox on stream, and I did get hate rated by children, and it was awful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be doing that again.
Go follow Luke right now. You're already on Twitch. Just click that link and follow Luke. You won't regret it. And Adoria, what do you got going on?
I'm a female comic.
Hell yeah.
Please follow me on Instagram. And please comment nice things because people are always telling me to get back in the kitchen and I can't cook.
Please follow Doria on Instagram so she doesn't have to cook.
For that.
She can pursue her dreams of being a female comedian. And follow Andrew and follow Luke on Twitch.
Not even a sandwich.
Not even a sandwich. It's really desperate times out here. So please help her out. Give her an Instagram follow. The link is right there. Go over there. Do that right now. And of course, while you're there, follow Everything Now Show on Instagram and follow us on everything else. And come back.
Talk about the show with your friends.
Tell your friends about the show.
You know?
And come back here Monday night for a brand new Everything Now Show format. Probably. I think we're probably going to premiere it on Monday. And if not, it'll still be a great show. But definitely come back Monday night, 7 p.m. All right, let's see who we're going to rate. Let's see here.
We really lit into those Gen Z motherfuckers tonight, huh?
Thank God,
we did.
dude. Thank God.
I think I technically am Gen Z, so it's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm right on the cusp.
Yeah, I'm on the
95,
cusp. No, I'm 98, but like I'm not early enough that I identify with anything Gen Z.
Yeah.
And
we're gonna rate.
I love
Let's go,
avocado
Abby Sally.
toast,
Let's
so
go.
You know I'm a millennial.
Carson McCullers gang,
Harry
rise
Potter.
up.
God damn, I can't get enough of that millennial.
It's a great book, Abby Sally. You'll tear through it.
We are gonna rate our friends, the whitest kids you know. 'Cause
Wow.
they rated us
Yes.
the other night.
That's really nice.
So we're gonna send you over to whitest kids you know. Be nice to them. Give nice regards from the Everything Now Show, and we'll see you guys back here on Monday night. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
What do the whitest kids you know do on stream?